Hi everyone, I hope all is well. I'm Mikayla Miller, and the trend that I've chosen to talk with you about is the short reading trend. The short reading trend has a long history, however it is being revamped to fit our modern lives. This trend is reintroducing short stories as an acceptable form of reading material, focusing on people with busy schedules, people who are distracted by technology or other activities, and those who have a lower interest in reading long novels. Short reading is unique in that the short stories can be read to completion within a single reading time. One example of this is James Patterson and Little Brown Book's project called Bookshots, which introduces short stories in 150 pages or less. Many other forms of short reading are technologically based, such as Amazon Kindle Singles, Singles Classics, Amazon Rapids, Hooked, Crave, Pigeonhole, Rooster, Serial Reader, and Serial Box. Some short reading apps that are geared towards young adults are even putting short stories into text message format, which I thought was extremely cool, so I decided to try it, and I found it to be incredibly suspenseful and interesting, especially when geared with thriller genres. Other short reading apps focus on individual short stories, older already published short stories, or a short series of stories that is released like a series. All these short reading formats make it easier for people to read in the little spare time that they have. This trend could be used by the library through ebooks as well as hard copy, but should be focused on patrons that wouldn't normally come to the library to check out a longer book, such as students of all ages and parents. This trend would impact library and information services, as it would be helping those who don't read as much find the resources that they need to read, increasing foot traffic and material use, as well as the overall impact of library services. Smaller works give these patrons extra practice as well as a sense of accomplishment at finishing a book, which they may not get from longer works due to not finishing them or having a very long finishing time for longer books. Short reading works are generally less expensive than longer books and are therefore a budget-friendly way that would allow more works to be purchased and used by the library systems. I find this trend to be very interesting, as I myself am an extremely busy person. I work, go to school, maintain a household, work out, take care of my dog and garden, and I never have enough time for leisure activities. I'm sure we can all agree that the amount of reading we do for class leaves us somewhat unwilling to read for pleasure outside of school. I have previously used audiobooks to get my fix of leisure titles while working out or walking my dog, but I have always missed that quiet reading time that only reading for pleasure can give. As I am interested in both two-year college libraries and public libraries, the short reading trend relates to my career path in the same ways that I've just described. So many people, students especially, cannot find the time to read longer works. Short reading keeps books in the busy person's hands and keeps the overread student interested in reading for pleasure. Within public libraries, short reading could also be helpful for second language learners and within youth services with the text message story apps that I've just described to you. The short reading trend is a new way for libraries to help their communities. By tailoring collections to fit the busy schedules of patrons, reading can become more accessible to those who would otherwise neglect library services. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please list them down below.